list is a sequence. Like a string, a list is a sequence of values. In a string, the values are characters. In a list, they can be any type. The values in list are called elements or sometimes items. There are several ways to create a new list. The simplest is to cancel the elements in square bracket and 10, 20, 30, 40. Currency frog, ram, blader, lark, vomit. The first example is a list of 4 integers. The second is a list of the 3 integers. The elements of a list don't have to be the same type. The following list contains a string, a float, an integer, and low. Another list spam 2.0 5 10, 20. A list within another list is nested. A list that contains no limits is called an empty list. You can create one with empty brackets. As you might expect, you can assign list value to variables. Lists are mutable. The syntax for accessing the elements of a list is the same as for accessing the characters of a string. The bracket operators, the expression inside the bracket specifies the index. Remember that the index start at 0. Print chases. Cheddar, unlike string list, are mutable when the bracket operators appears on the left side of an segment. It identifies the elements of the list that will be assigned. Number equal to 7, 123, number 1 equal to 5, print number 17, 5. The 1th elements of number which used to be 123 is now 5. You can think of a list as a relationship between indices and elements. This relationship is called a mapping. Each index maps to one of the elements. Here is a state diagram showing changes, number and empty. Lists are represented by boxes with the word list outside and the elements of the list. Inside says refers to a list with 3 elements, index 0, 1 and 2. Number contains 2 elements. The diagram shows that the value of the second element has been reassigned from 123 to 5. Empty refers to a list with no elements. List indices work the same way as string indices. Any integer expression can be used as an index. If you try to read or write an element that does not exist, you get an index error. If an index has a negative value, it counts backward from the end of the list. Traversing a list. The most common way to traverse the elements of a list is with a for loop. The syntax is the same as for string. For changes in changes, print changes. This works well if you only need to read the elements of the list, but if you want to write or update the elements, you need to index. A common way to do that is to combine the functions range and len. For in range, len numbers equal to numbers integer 2. This loops traverse the list and updated each elements. Len returns the number of elements in the list. Range returns a list of indices from 0 to n minus 1, where is n is the length of the list. Each time through the loop is gets the index of the next element. The segment statement is the body use it to read the old value of this element and assign the new value.